concept of aggregate demand. Now, you've probably been studying microeconomics before you've gotten to this point in the course, and you've already learned what demand is in microeconomics. So we're going to start by actually reviewing a familiar concept, something that you've probably studied already, and that is the concept of demand for a particular good or service. So let's start by looking at the demand for an individual good. We'll look at the demand for rice. Recall from your study of microeconomics that the demand for a particular good shows the inverse relationship between the good's price, that's what the P stood for, and the quantity of the good demanded by consumers, that's what the Q stood for. There was an inverse relationship reflecting the law of demand. Therefore, the demand for any particular good sloped downwards, as we see here. This downward sloping demand curve shows that at higher prices, such as $6 per pound, there's a relatively low quantity demanded of Q1. However, at lower prices, such as $3 per pound, the quantity demanded is greater, such as Q2. This downward sloping demand curve reflected the law of demand. This was a fundamental concept in your study of microeconomics. It explained why consumers demand more of a good when the price is lower and why consumers demand less of a good when the price is higher. In macroeconomics, we're no longer talking about the markets for individual goods. Rather, we're talking about entire nations' economies. For example,